Alright, so here I got a battle against Koshiro or something like that from the Smogon Wi-Fi Battle Finder. He's using a very standard, very threatening rain team. I'm using the team I've been using forever. But yeah, he's got Politoed, which isn't too threatening. However, it could be doing some major damage to me with Hydro Pumps. I don't really have too much that wants to take some boosted Hydro Pumps. Latios isn't going to be able to take more than 3 of those, so kind of troublesome. He's got Tornadus, which although it can't really come in on too many attacks, it will be able to threaten out plenty of my Pokemon. Even Skarmory, even though it resists its main stab move, it's gonna be able to do like pretty much almost half with it. Scissor's gonna take a fuckload. My Landorus is gonna take a lot. Horse Jr. is probably gonna get 1 hit KO'd, and Latios might be able to take a hit, but probably not. So I do have Latios Scarf to revenge kill it if need be. He's also got Rotom, which again I have Latios for, but it's gonna be able to come in on pretty much every single one of my Pokemon except for the Latios. He has Scizor, which is probably the least threatening thing on his team. I do have Skarmory, my own Scizor, Rotom, and Landorus to intimidate, and Horse Jr. to resist and just come in on bullet punches and stuff depending on what set he's running. Breloom I'm kind of worried about, even though I do have Skarmory. Landorus, while it will resist Mach Punch, will not be able to do too much in return since I don't run the HP Ice. Horse Jr. might be able to take a hit, but if it manages to set up a few more Source Dances and my Skarmory is at low health, then I'm gonna have a problem. He's also got Horse, which is a horse. It's always going to be a threat no matter what set. But yeah, I'm looking at leading with Rotom right now because he's running a rain team and nothing on his team can directly win a KO except maybe if that Breloom turns out to be Scarfed with Seed Bomb. That should fuck my shit up. But Breloom is not normally seen Scarfed anymore. It was back in 4th Gen. It was used as a lead with Scarf. You could just Spore something and then superpower shit. Anyway, on to the battle. I'm going to do things a little differently here. I'm going to take time to explain my opponent's moves a little more than I am going to explain my moves because mine are somewhat obvious. So I'm going to leave it with Rotom. Like I said, he decides to lead with Politoed to get up his rain immediately. And here I'm kind of expecting a switch, so I'm going to go for the Volt Switch. He has no ground types. I could have went for Will-O-Wisp because I was thinking maybe he'd want to bring in Breloom or he might bring in something else, but he goes for Toxic, and he outspeeds me, which means he's Scarfed, which is kind of weird. I don't really think he should have done that, but whatever. It gives me huge damage on the Politoed. Now, since he locked himself into Toxic, I'm free to go into my Skarmory. I'm gonna lay up my Stealth Rock as soon as possible, because he does have that threatening Tornadus, and I want that shit to get damaged every time he comes in. So he's gonna go into Rotom. I'm gonna go to Latios to resist the Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, whatever he wants to do, and that does quite a bit. So here, he could potentially go to Scizor, but I don't know, the Draco Meteor is kind of going to fuck up a lot of shit, and he might stay in. I was kind of worried that the Rotom might be Resto, Chesto, or even Pain Split with some special defense investment, because then he'd be able to live the Draco Meteor. Since I'm not Specs, he's going to be able to take the Draco Meteor and then recover off the damage, and then he's going to force me out with like Will-O-Wisp or something. But he decides to fodder off his Politoed. Here he makes a pretty bad move, if I do say so myself. He tries to Pursuit Trap my Latios, which might seem like a good idea, but it's actually a fucking horrible idea, since that allows me to bring in my Horse Jr. extremely safely, and nothing on his team wants to take a Hydro Pump, and it just so happens that he decides to fodder off his Terrakion, which is never a good idea. So he just let me pretty much get a free kill on one of the biggest threats in the metagame. So I don't know what he was thinking. He couldn't really do too much either way, since if he brought in Breloom, since he does put up the rain, it's going to be boosted, and after, assuming I do hit the Hydro Pump, I'm going to be able to kill him off with the Secret Sword the next turn. So since he brought in the Breloom, I'm thinking he's probably going to try to Spore, so I'm going to set this up just in case he does, and he does go for it, which again is not the best move in the world. He should have went into his Tornadus, since that would have immediately threatened me out. I guess he was checking for the possible Scarf, but I don't know, he just put my horse in an excellent position here, since Secret Sword is a 2-hit KO as he goes for a C-bomb to break my sub. So yeah, Breloom, another threat. I was kind of worried about it, but it's gone now. So he's not making the best moves in the world, but whatever, he's probably new to this. So here he probably realizes that he should have went out to Tornadus the previous turn, which he does now, and I'm gonna get out of there. I don't really have too much to take a Hurricane. I don't want to go to Rotom just in case he does crit me or something, because you know I kind of need Rotom, and I've already gotten rid of his main physical attackers, being the Breloom and the Terrakion, and like I said, I have plenty of things for Scizor, so I'm not too worried about letting Skarm die. It's already got up the rocks, so I'm just gonna leave it in here. I should be able to take 2 hits due to the leftover recovery, but he gets the confusion on me, so I'm just gonna try to Brave Bird right here and kill myself off with recoil damage, so I could bring in my Rotom and Volt Switch to force him out. But I hit myself in confusion, which is kind of gay, I'm not gonna lie, but I really don't care. I just want this Skarmory dead. I want him to kill me the next turn, so then I could bring in my Rotom, which he won't be able to do too much to me. But he decides to go for the substitute this turn, taking advantage of his confusion hacks that he's getting against me, and puts me in a pretty bad position, since now I'm gonna be forced to let something die. I don't really want to go to a Rotom, since nothing on my team outspeeds that Tornadus anymore. The main thing that I have to outspeed shit is the Latios, but that shit got pursuit trapped. So if I go to Rotom, I could go for Hydro Pump to break the sub, but it might miss, so then I'd be forced to Volt Switch, and then something would have to take a Hurricane anyway. So I'm thinking I'm probably not going to need Scizor, since he does have his Rotom still, and it's probably not going to be doing too much sweeping. So I'm going to go into Scizor, should be able to take a hit, and I do take it, but he gets the confusion hacks yet again, so kind of gay, but I don't know, I guess it doesn't really matter in the long run, since he decides to switch out here, because he does have Regenerator, so he's going to be able to live the next Stealth Rock and maybe get off 2 or 3 more hits from the Life Orb before he dies from the Life Orb. So I went for Bullet Punch there again, and I hurt myself in confusion yet again. I think this is like the 4th time in a row, but whatever. Here I'm just going to go for the Roost, I believe, but he outspeeds me, and he's going to go for the Bullet Punch priority, which again is not the brightest move in the world. He should have maybe went out to Rotom, since to me it was very unlikely that I was going to use a bug type attack, and he would have resisted the Bullet Punch anyway. So even if I roosted, he could have killed me off with a Hydro Pump. But again, he decides to misplay his Scizor very, very horribly and finishes me off with a Bullet Punch. I'm assuming he's choiced. Even if he's not, I'm gonna do some major fucking damage with Hydro Pump, assuming it hits, and luckily it does. I get a useless crit. So now he's gonna bring in the Tornadus another time, and like I said, he still has a few more hits from Life Orb. So now I'm forced to go to my Rotom this time. I don't want to go out to whatever the fuck else I have. I don't even know what I have at this point. I think I have Landorus, so that's not gonna be taking too much. It's gonna be taking a lot, I mean. So go to Rotom. It's poisoned, but it's still not a 2-hit KO, because he never got up his rocks, and even if he did get up rocks, I still don't think it would be a 2-hit KO. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to rest, since I'm pretty sure he's gonna switch anyway, and I'm Resto Chesto, so I'm gonna immediately wake up as he switches into his own Rotom. So I'm kinda hoping to lose the speed tie, or just be slower in general, since I'm gonna be forced to Volt Switch. I don't really want a Will-O-Wisp, since I think it'll be more beneficial to me to get off some damage, so I could bring in Landorus and Stone Edge, and then bring in Horse Jr. to finish him off with the Secret Sword. So luckily I am slower, and if I'd have been faster, then I would have been forced to bring something in, obviously do the Volt Switch, and you know, something would have had to take either a Hydro Pump or a Will-O-Wisp. I do have Horse to take Will-O-Wisp and Hydro Pump, but he might also Volt Switch, so that's not going to be a good idea. I do have this Landorus to take the Volt Switch, but you know, it's kind of a guessing game at that point. But like I said, I'm able to avoid all of that guessing because I was slower, so that means I I get off the vault switch, safely bring in my Landorus, get off the Stone Edge. Thankfully doesn't miss, and now I'm gonna let him kill my Landorus and go to Horse Jr. Fuck his shit up with some secret sword going on. And now he's down to his final Pokemon, which is the Tornadus, and I got up Stealth Rock, so he's gonna get fucked up. Now I'm just gonna die and bring in Rotom to finish him off. So I know this wasn't the best battle in the world, but it was kind of close, and the other dude said he was gonna upload it, so I might as well put it on my side of the field. And yeah, comment, rate, all that shit. I'm out.